Imagine waking up to a Category 5 hurricane barreling towards your city. No smartphones, no sirens, just word of mouth and hope. That was Belize City on October 31st, 1961. Hurricane Hated did not just destroy buildings, it exposes flaws in preparedness and deepen inequalities, and forced Belize to rethink its future. Today, we'll unpack how this disaster became a turning point for Belize. Hurricane Haiti at a glance. Let's talk numbers. 160 mile per hour winds, a 12-foot storm surge, and 2,500 lives lost in just hours. Haiti wasn't just a hurricane, it was a monster. Belize City, the bustling capital, was reduced to rubbles. But here's the twist. This devastation sparked a revolution in how Belize confronts disasters. The oil capital fate? Well, we'll get to that soon. Okay, so why did people stay? Why would anyone ignore a Category 5 warning? Turns out it was complicated. For some, it was pride, like we've had worse storms than this before. For others, it was poverty. They can't afford to leave their house. And for many, the warnings never reached them. Haiti revealed a tragic truth. Disasters hit hardest when society's weakest link breaks first.
So, Hurricane Hattie at a glance. Let's start with an overview of Hurricane Hattie. Hurricane Hattie struck Belize, then British Honduras, on October the 31st, 1961, as a Category 5 hurricane, with winds reaching up to 160 miles per hour and a storm surge of over 100 feet. It devastated Belize City, surrounding areas, and over 300 people lost their lives, and thousands were left homeless. It was one of the deadliest and most destructive storms in Belize's history. This event didn't just cause physical damage, but it deeply influenced the country's urban planning and disaster preparedness for decades to come. Why did people stay? This is for the pre-storm vulnerabilities. Now, you might wonder, why did so many people stay? Despite the storm warnings, back then access to accurate weather forecasting was limited, and many residents either didn't receive the warning in time or underestimated the severity. Additionally, many lived in poor constructed wooden homes near the coast, leaving them especially vulnerable. Social economic factors also play a role. Many families simply had nowhere else to go or afford to evacuate. So this highlights how vulnerability isn't just about nature, it's also about infrastructure and inequality. So the immediate aftermath. So in the immediate aftermath, Belize City was in ruins. Over 70% of homes were either damaged or completely destroyed. Basic services like electricity, water, communications were cut off, and survivors faced shortages and unsanitary conditions. Then the government declared a state of emergency. In response, both local and international rescue efforts were mobilized. But the recovery process was slow and painful. Many people were forced to live in the makeshift homes for months. Relocating the capital to Belmopan. One of the most significant long-term impacts of Hurricane Hattie was the decision to move the capital from Belize City to a safer location inland. This led to the foundation of Belmopan in 1970. This idea was to create a new administrative center that would be less vulnerable to hurricanes and flooding. While the move was controversial at that time, it ultimately shaped the country's development path. Today, Belmopan stands as a symbol of resilience and planning in response to disasters. International aid and recovery. So, the international aid and recovery played a vital role in Belize's recovery after the Hurricane Hattie. So, countries like the United States, the United Kingdom, and various Caribbean neighbors stepped in with food, medical supplies, and emergency shelters. So, and also, The non-governmental organizations also played a significant role and contributed the majority of the aids. So, this international response highlighted how global solidarity can support small nations in time of crisis.
Modern disaster preparedness, Haiti's legacy. NEMO National Emergency Management Organization founded early warning systems such as social media alerts and sirens. Building codes, concrete structures mandated in coastal zones. Conclusion and reflection. Haiti forced police to modernize infrastructures, governance, and disaster reports. Connecting to today, how 1986 lessons apply to climate change challenges. Call to action. Disaster resilience is not optional, it's survival.